Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the VetRise Podcast. I'm your host, JP, and today we're going to get real. We're going to talk about something that every single one of us has faced, is facing, or will face in the future: adversity. Welcome to the VetRise Podcast. I'm your host, Juan Perez. My goal is to make success after service accessible to every veteran in society. I believe in the power of leveraging your service, not as a label that defines you, but as a launching pad for your next chapter. What we have been doing has not been working, and it's on us to start changing the culture. Enjoy the episode, and thank you for your time. You know, life doesn't pull any punches. It doesn't care about your plans. It doesn't care about your dreams or your timeline. It's going to throw curveballs at you. It's going to put obstacles in front of you. And sometimes it's going to put downright disasters in your way. But here's the kicker. It's not about avoiding these challenges. It's about how we respond to them. It's about embracing the suck and turning adversity into our greatest advantage. Let me start by saying this. Adversity has been the single most transformative force in my life. And I don't say that lightly. When I was a teenager, I was a mess. I got kicked out of multiple high schools. I got in trouble all the time. I was involved in gangs. I had no direction, no purpose. I was on a fast track to nowhere. When I joined the Marine Corps in 2008, it wasn't just a decision. It was a lifeline. Boot camp was hell, but it was the hell that I needed. It stripped me down and helped rebuild me. For the first time, I actually felt like I belonged somewhere. Fast forward to 2010, deployed to Afghanistan with 3-1 Lima Company. And let me tell you, as much as the military and the Marine Corps tries to prepare you for the realities of combat, we saw things and we did things and we lost brothers and sisters in ways that will change you forever. And when you are in the midst of it, when you are in the midst of chaos, with rounds flying all around you and lives on the line, you learn the true meaning of adversity. You learn the true meaning of what it means to go through adversity. But the battlefield wasn't even where the hardest fights have happened for me. No. The real battles actually began when I came back home. Transitioning back to civilian life was like landing on a different freaking planet. All the structure was gone. The camaraderie was gone. All the boys are gone. Everything that made sense to you is gone. The mission was gone. And I found myself selling sheets at a mall, watching people go about their lives as if nothing had changed, while I was carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders. I was angry. I was bitter. I was drowning in PTSD, drinking myself into oblivion, smoking a pack a day, going through all these changes alone. Or at least I thought I was alone. I pushed everyone who cared about me away. Multiple divorces later, I realized I was the common denominator in my problems. But I was too stubborn and too proud to admit that I needed help. I remember one day standing outside the mall, cigarette in hand, and thinking, is this it? Is this all my life is going to be? I had hit rock bottom. And I've hit rock bottom a few times. And the worst part was I have dug that hole myself. But here's the thing about hitting rock bottom. There's nowhere to go but up. So I decided then and there that I wasn't going to let my past define my future. The adversity that had been crushing me was about to become the fuel that was going to propel me. I was in law enforcement. And I had gone through multiple divorces. I was fat and out of shape, and I was killing myself slowly. So I started making some changes. I started reading everything I could on mindset, psychology, personal development. But I didn't just read, I applied it. You see, you have to apply the information. Information without implementation is just noise. I took every single lesson that I learned and I immediately put it into action. I began working out, taking care of my body as well as my mind. I hired a coach because I knew I couldn't do it alone. And when the police department disbanded the unit that I was a part of, without any explanation, I could have seen it as another defeat. Instead, I saw it as the opportunity, a sign that it was time to forge my own path. I used the last of my savings to start VetRise Academy. Now, was I scared? Absolutely. I was venturing into the unknown with no safety net. But sometimes it's the leaps of faith without a net that teach us how to fly. Starting VetRise was honestly one of the hardest things I've ever done. There were days when I questioned my sanity. I wondered if I was making a colossal mistake. Financial stress, sleepless night, not to mention a divorce. All of these responsibilities, it was crushing me at times. But every time I thought about giving up, I reminded myself why I started, why I was doing this. I wanted to change veteran culture. I was tired of seeing my brothers and sisters fall through the cracks, giving in to their demons because they felt alone and misunderstood. I knew that if I could climb out of that dark place, if I could do it, I could help others do the same. Adversity became my ally. It hardened my resolve, sharpened my focus, and ignited a fire within me that still burns today. I became determined. But let's talk about you. Maybe you're listening to this right now and you're in your own personal hell. Maybe life has kicked you in the teeth and you're wondering how the hell you're going to get back up. I'm here to tell you that not only can you get back up, but you can come back stronger than ever before. Adversity is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of a new chapter. Now, I want you guys to think back. Think back about the most inspiring stories you've ever heard. Do any of them involve someone who had everything handed to them, who faced no challenges, no setbacks? Of course not. The heroes we admire are the ones who faced insurmountable odds and refused to quit. All right, let's stop for a minute. This is the part of the episode where I ask you to do me a favor. But it's not a favor for me. It's a favor for your fellow brothers and sisters that served with you. If you know someone that has been struggling, if you know someone that has been going through it right now, and you know that they want better for their life, they just don't know how to do it, please share this episode with them. It might just be exactly what they need. That's it. That's my only ask. If you want to subscribe, I appreciate you. Thank you for your time. Back to the episode. So, you ask, how do you turn adversity into advantage? First, you have to face it head on. Denial is a dead-end road. Acknowledge the challenge before you, stare it down, understand it, and face it head on. When my TikTok account was suspended right after I announced I was leaving the police department, it felt like a fucking gut punch. That platform was my main way of reaching people, of spreading my message, of creating income for my business, for my family, for my team, my employees who depend on me. But instead of wallowing in self-pity, I asked myself, what's next? How do I adapt? So I shifted my focus to other platforms. I'm doubling down on the podcast. I'm doubling down on content creation. And I am refusing to let a setback define my trajectory. I know where I'm headed. Second, shift your mindset from victim to victor. It's easy to ask, why me? It's harder, but infinitely more powerful to ask, what can I learn from this? Or how can I make this better? Or let's find out. I could have blamed the world for my problems. The military, the police department, my ex-wife, you name it. But blaming others doesn't change your situation. It keeps you stuck. Taking ownership of your life is the first step towards transformation. Third, take relentless action. When you are in the depths of adversity, action is your lifeline. Even small steps forward can help you build momentum. You see, when I started VetRise, I didn't have all the answers. Hell, I didn't even know all the questions that I had to ask. I didn't know how to make videos. I didn't know how to post. I didn't know how to do any of this. But I kept moving. I kept learning. I kept adapting. I kept growing. And I kept doing. Fourth, surround yourself with the right people. Jim Rohn said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Take a hard look at your circle. Are they lifting you up or are they dragging you down? Build a tribe that challenges you, supports you, and above all, holds you accountable. That's why I created the Vet Tribe, which is a different type of Facebook community where veterans can connect, share, and support each other. Together, we are stronger than we are alone. Fifth, embrace the discomfort. Growth doesn't happen in your comfort zone. It happens when you're stretched, challenged, and pushed beyond all of your perceived limits that you have built for yourself. It's like building muscle in the gym. You have to tear the fibers to make them grow back stronger. Now, I'm not going to bullshit you. The process is hard. It's supposed to be. There will be days when you want to quit, when the weight feels too heavy. But you have to remember, diamonds are formed under pressure. Without adversity, we remain untested, unrefined, and unaware of our true potential. And you have to be self-aware to achieve self-actualization. Now I want to share another story with you guys. This one is about Savannah, a member of VetRise Academy. So she was struggling with balancing motherhood and her own identity. So she felt lost, disconnected from who she was before life piled on all these responsibilities. Through the program, she confronted her challenges head on. She started being the mom that she knew she needed to be, instead of parenting from the couch. She rediscovered her passions, she set new goals, and became a stronger role model for her children. Her adversity became the catalyst for profound personal growth, and it's not stopping. Now, you might be thinking, that's great for them, but my situation is different. And you're right. Your journey is unique, but the principles remain the same. Adversity does not discriminate. It comes for all of us. The question is, what are you going to do when it shows up at your door? Will you let it break you or will you let it make you? I challenge you to choose the latter, to stand up, even when your knees are shaking, to speak up, even when your voice trembles, to move forward, even when the path is unclear. Because here's the truth. You are capable of more than you can possibly imagine. The human spirit is resilient beyond measure. But you'll never know the depths of your strength until it's tested. So embrace the suck. Lean into the challenges. Use adversity as a stepping stone, not a stumbling block. Remember, every great story includes a struggle. It's what makes the triumph worthwhile. As we wrap up, I want you to take a moment and reflect. What adversities are you facing right now? How can you reframe them as opportunities for growth? What actions can you take today to start turning the tide? If you need support, reach out. Join communities like VetRise Academy or the Vet Tribe. Surround yourself with people who understand, who can offer guidance and accountability because they've been there. You cannot transition with other people who don't know what they're doing, who are transitioning themselves. You need to follow the people that have been there before you and are doing it the way that you would like to. Don't let pride or fear keep you isolated. Connection is a powerful antidote to adversity. Before I sign off, I want to leave you with this quote from Viktor Frankl, a man who survived the horrors of Auschwitz. When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Adversity may change your circumstances, but it doesn't have to change who you are at your core. In fact, it can help you discover parts of yourself that you never even knew existed. So, thank you for sharing this time with me. I hope my journey and the lessons I've learned resonate with you. I'm not special. I'm not special. I've just been through the stuff and I've been doing the work consistently. And it doesn't scare me. Adversity is for everyone. It challenges you. I'm about to leave my job of 10 years and go into a world that I only have 2 years experience with. And it excites me. I want you guys to remember, adversity is not the enemy. It is an opportunity, a chance to rise above, to become more, to inspire others through your example. Thank you for your time and keep rising. And that brings us to the end of another episode of the VetRise Podcast. If today's episode inspired you, made you think, or simply gave you hope, I have a small favor to ask. Share it with just one veteran or someone you think could benefit from my message. Your share could light a spark for them. You don't know who you might save. For more insights and to join our mission, follow my socials at JP the Veteran Coach and explore how we can rise together. Thank you for joining us, for being part of this journey, and for believing in the power of rising together. Until next time, keep pushing forward, keep rising, and never forget that we are stronger together. My name is Juan Perez, and thank you for your time.